Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Literary Duo. In this video, I will discuss Sonnet number 7. Sonnet number 7 is Shakespeare's one of procreation sonnets, and what we see in the procreation sonnet is that the poetic persona is urging to the addressed male friend to get married and have child. And in this sonnet number 7 also we will see the same thing. I mean, the poetic person is trying to convince his male friend to get married and to sustain his uh, remembrance in this world. So without wasting time, let's get started. Low in the Orient, when the gracious light lifts off his burning head, each under eye doth homage to his new appearing sight, serving with looks his sacred majesty. Low in the Orient, when the gracious light. Here, the poetic persona is saying his male friend that look in the eastern part of the world, the gracious light. The gracious light means the sun. The sun is lifting off his hand at the time of sun rising, and the at the time of sun rising the sun looks so gracious, and each under eye, I mean the people under the sun, doth homage to his new appearing sight. At the time of sun rising, all the people in this world is tributing to the sun for his graciousness, serving with looks his sacred majesty. All the people in this earth is serving their tribute, their homage, seeing the majesty of the sun. Here, sun is can be compared with the male friend also, because the sun is analogous to the male friend. The reason is, at the time of sunset the sun looks so gracious, and in the case of male friend at his youth, the male friend looks so gorgeous. And the actually the poetic persona is trying to draw his male friend attention that in the time of your youth you should celebrate your beauty, otherwise you will not be glorified. That means at the time of sunrising all the people are tributing to the sun. So likewise in your youth all the people will let all the people celebrate your beauty. So this is the thing in the first quatrain. Let's proceeding to the next quatrain. And having climbed the steep of heavenly hill, resembling strong youth in his middle age, yet mortal looks adore his beauty still, attending on his golden pilgrimage. And having climbed the steep of heavenly hill, what we see at the noon in the day. In the day we see at the noon that the sun climbs at our head, and the sun looks so bright at noon we can't even look to the sun, resembling strong youth in his middle age. Here sun is being personified, and that's why it is saying that the sun, when the sun appears at our hand in the time of noon, the sun resembles strong youth. That means in that time the graciousness of the sun is remained at its high peak, yet mortal looks adore his beauty still. In that time all the mortals, I mean all the human beings, adore his majesty, attending on his golden pilgrimage. And and all the people are attending his golden pilgrimage. That means the goldish reflection coming out from his structure, I mean from the sun. Likewise, we can say that at the time of youth, the male friend shines as much as the sun shines. So he should celebrate, the male friend should celebrate his beauty like the sun. He should not consume his beauty, not letting the people celebrate the beauty. So, this is the thing. That means when the sun stays at our head, above our head, it can be said that the male friend's youth is comparing with the stage when the sun is at above our head. So, in the time of youth, the male friends looks so gorgeous. Likewise, at the time of noon, sun looks so shining. So, let's proceeding to the next quatrain. But when from highmost pitch with very car, when the sun starts to setting, that means at the end of the day the sun becomes tired and the sun starts to setting, because the whole day sun gives the light towards earth, and he now becomes tired, and that is the time to set. Like feeble age, he relates from the day. Here feeble age means old age. Here, the poetic persona is comparing the whole human life of with the day, in the duration of one day. The poetic persona is comparing the sun rising with the birth of a male friend, and when the sun appears above our head, that is comparing with the youth of human beings, youth of the addressed male friend, we can say. And when the sun sets, it can be compared with the human being's death, because in the course of time we become old and we die eventually. Like feeble age, he relates from the day, die, for duteous now converted are. All the mortals were previously tributing to the sun, but now at the time of sunsetting they are overseeing. They are not as much as looking as they were before. From his low tract and look an other way, they are now looking to the other way, because the graciousness of the sun at the time of sunsetting is dimmed, and that's why all the mortals are not looking at the sun. Likewise, in case of poetic persona's male friend, when the poetic persona's male friend will be old enough without celebrating his beauty, then no one will pay homage to him. No one will give attention to him like the sun at the time of sunsetting. So now the poetic persona will be decisive enough in the couplet. Let's read the couplet and see what happens next. So thou thyself outgoing in thy noon, unlooked on diest unless thou get a son. So you are in your youth. That means you are out in the noon, like the sun. When the sun appears above our head, that's the time of the sun's youth. Likewise, yours youth is the male friend's youth is comparing with the noon. At the time of noon, sun appears overhead. Likewise, the male spent youth is comparing with the sun, and the male friend is already in noon, and his beauty will be unlooked, unhidden. I mean, his beauty will be overlooked if he dies unless getting a son. So he should have got married and have child to sustain his beauty after his death. So this is, as we know, that this is a procreation sonnet, and the poetic persona is uh, continuing his argument by this series of sonnets. I mean, we know that 1 to 17 sonnets are procreation sonnets. So through all these sonnets, the poetic persona is trying to convince some way that the male friend should get married and should not waste his beauty, not letting others to celebrate his beauty. So that's the thing. If he dies without begetting a son, then his resemblance will be died forever. No one will recall him, because there will not be any sign of his existence after his death. His existence will be there if he gets married and have child. So this is the thing about the sonnet number 7. So if you have any query, you can put your query in the comment box. So that's all for this sonnet. Let's meet in the next video. Till then, stay well. Thank you.